and today we're going to talk about trunks, so stick around. Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we are going to install our very first mod to Stacy, the Mustang GT. So the common problem is you've given a nice clean. Right now it's really filthy, but you give a nice clean, and the question is, where do you grab for your trunk, right? So if it pops up, that's no issues, but it's always this. And what I've kind of done is I've done this rolling hand effect. It's probably gonna give me tendicitis or whatever. And I basically kind of go like that and I roll it down. But the reality is I'm still, if in this case I've got mud on it, it is scratching that piano finish. And it just ultimately is gonna wreck it at the end of the day. And I wish Ford thought about this, but they didn't. So at the end of the day, it would be nice to have some kind of hook or pull or something like that. Well, looking online, there was a guy by the name of DKs Garage, and he came up with a simple solution. And today, we're gonna be installing this simple pull. The end goal, what we're trying to do is create a little pull up here. There's 2 screws, and then we just pull in here, give it a little bit of a pull, a little momentum, and bam, the trunk will close. So we're gonna talk about this, we're gonna talk about the install process, and the little tips and tricks through it. So step 1, we need to pop this plate off. And this is just a little plastic plate. So I'm just gonna grab a flathead screwdriver, and I'm just going to wiggle underneath. You know, there's no problem like that. Apply it on there and pop it off, and it'll just pop off. There's a little catch under here, and that's the only thing that's holding it together. So try not to mimic that, but that's that. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna just unscrew these 2 bolts. Okay, we already took the other one off. And then the last thing in order to get this is we've got these 2 little flathead screws as well. And again, just get in there and just pop it out. And if you want, just grab some needle nose pliers and just kind of, there you go. Just down like that. There we go. So next, we're gonna take our socket set. In this case, I can actually probably get in here, and it is just a 10 mil. There you go, 1. And just be cautious when you're pulling out. You don't want the nut to fall behind the liner here, so just be cautious. And get number 2 over here done. So the latch is only being held by these 2 individual screws, and at the end of the day, that's actually what we are going to attach our mod to. Okay. Now at this point, this should just, nope, there's 3 bolts. Bolt number 3, Eureka. What they want us to do is put a slice all the way across here. I'm not in favor of that. What I want to do is put a slice right here and right here. So at the end of the day, my pull's just going through that. So I'm gonna stop, take a break of that. I'm gonna jump in and do it, and then I'll show you the end results. So remember at the beginning of the video, I told you the instructions were wanting me to cut a line all the way across this top bracket. Well, what I did is I just did a little slice up here and a little slice down here. And then basically each time I just kind of took a little bit. If you have a Dremel tool, I would recommend doing that, just to give that clean line. I use an X-Acto knife, and again, my first top cut was my best cut, and then the cuts underneath as I kind of scarred it and pulled away to allow for the strap to kind of get through. But it's in the end, it's I think I did a pretty decent job. It is a trunk. It's not a, you know, an exterior feature. It's the only one I'm going to really be noticing and complaining about is myself. But I think kind of between the X-Acto knife and just taking your time, it took me probably 15 plus minutes or so get at that. But in the end, as you can see, it's given a nice clean look. the strap fed through already, I'm going to feed it through. And this is where it's gonna be a little bit of a pain. And you know what I'm gonna do is I'll probably take this strap all the way in, give it the most availability. Like I said, this is where it ultimately will be somewhat of a pain. And because I've done this method, I'm gonna actually pop these two screws out too. I think I've done it the most difficult way, but trust me, it will look the best by doing that. So with going the method I recommended, which does look really slick by the way, I had to pull all the pins to get basically access and leverage between there. And really kind of a tip, I should have started with the right bolt because that's where all the electronic connections are coming in. So it's a little bit more tighter. So I should have started with the right one, finished off with the left one, but just taking the extra 5 minutes to pull these guys out was the right choice. So with the panel the way it is now I can get in here. Start tightening this up. And that's it, that's tightened. For retighten it, don't overdo it. We don't want to definitely come in and find out here there's a crack in the front, so be careful, okay? With it all tightened back, I think I'm pretty much ready to put it all back into place. And as you can see, yeah, I should be able to just push this on, click it, pull it out, and ready to go. But I'm going to put some of those pins back in. The nice thing about these, you just kind of shove them in, get in a line, just a good push, just to connect with the end. Again, that definitely was the right choice in doing that. It's looking fantastic. Take my screws, re-screw them in. I am applying pressure. These are very odd, I'm not gonna lie. There you go, once they're in there. There we go, good. Last one. Now, with the final piece, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the strap out. And I just keep doing that, keep doing it. And I'm gonna click it and just push in 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's that back on. Pull this all the way out. So that's it, guys. That's how you install the trunk pull slat. Even after trying it for these first couple uses, I love it, it's great. I wish the installation was a little bit easier, but it is what it is. I have seen a couple options. I don't know if they actually fit Mustang, but I've seen someone do a slot here and then anchor a bolt into one of these, and then they've given that option. That would probably have been a lot easier and a cleaner install versus doing this and kind of mucking around with this plate. But at the end of the day, you know, it's totally preference. I like it. I got the matching blue, of course, as well. And going forward, I'll never have dirty fingerprints up here because I can just grab my pull and be done. So definitely for the 20 bucks or whatever at the end of the day it cost me, my time. Yeah, this is a great addition to going forward. So that's it. So that wraps up today's episode. If you like what you saw, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Appreciate all the support you guys give. So until next time, stay safe and just keep on cruising. Check on the next one.